a lot of industry people, artists and managers and different people in the industry tend to gatekeep the information rather than share and help others out. So I think this is not the best way to work in this industry. And I think this is the downside of the industry. But there is loads of artists, loads of people that are very helpful and that will help you out and uplift you as well. That's why, like me and Roxa, we created Fearless Connections, because we saw that there is a lot of gatekeeping in the industry. So we would rather spread the information, spread the resources, and help each other out. And we also always tend to say that collaboration over competition.
Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're joined by Beata, who is an artist management and the co-founder of Fearless Connection. Welcome to the podcast, Beata.
Hi there, Aaron. How are you?
Very well, thank you. If you wouldn't mind just starting off, just telling us a little bit about yourself and what you do, basically.
Yeah, no worries. So I'm Beata. Originally, I am from Lithuania with Polish roots. I came to London in 2018 to study. I studied music management, literally what I do now. And I've been managing for over 3 years. I work with artists from Spain, UK, and Germany as well. This year, me and my co-founder, Roxa, we founded Fearless Connections, which is a artist management company, but we aim to look at more holistic way of managing the artists and helping them with mental health, and also focusing more on the smaller artists rather than already made artists, because we want to empower the upcoming generation of artists. Yeah.
What's the biggest trends that you are seeing in the artist management industry at the moment?
I think that a lot of industry people, artists and managers and different people in the industry tend to gatekeep the information rather than share and help others out. So I think this is not the best way to work in this industry. And I think this is the downside of the industry. But there is loads of artists, loads of people that are very helpful and that will help you out and uplift you as well. That's why, like me and Roxa, we created Fearless Connections, because we saw that there is a lot of gatekeeping in the industry. So we would rather spread the information, spread the resources, and help each other out. And we also always tend to say that collaboration over competition. And when we help each other out, we obviously uplift each other out as well. Another thing is, it's an interesting one. I think that self-sufficient of artists. So like artists themselves learn to manage themselves. So like our role as a manager, I feel like will change and is changing to like additionally being a mentors for our artists and building the ecosystems and systems that work in order to track the processes and track the achievements. So now artists, they know a lot about business, they don't know a lot of information about deals and about how industry works. So I think this is a great thing, because they don't really need us, but they can see us as mentors and as helpers. And I think the last one would be the importance of digital storytelling. Like now social media is crazy. A lot of things are changing, and I feel that the business model of industry is no doubt changed to emphasizing social media way more. So even us as a managers, we need to think about branding and storytelling of our artists, how our artists present themselves on social media way a lot than it was before. So I think these are the trends that I'm seeing at the moment. Yeah.
What does what does an artist have to do to be represented by you? What do you look for in an artist?
So firstly, he or she needs to have a very good work ethic and at least like a general understanding of music industry, consistency, and he or she needs to understand that it's like the music needs to be everything. It cannot be taken as a hobby because there is like then you don't need me because you are not serious about your craft. So as well, like seriousness, professionalism, good vibes, always like the energy needs to be on the highest because then like it all will work out because we will uplift each other as a like manager and artist relationship will prosper and grow together because we are literally hustling and working towards the success and towards our plans, and we are just putting all of our energy into these projects to make them happen. And also important to have patience, a lot of patience, because nothing like there is no such thing as overnight success. It's years of hard work, years of growth as an individual as well. It's a lot of consistency, posting on social media, lots of research, lots of meeting new people, just lots of figuring out the branding and the storytelling side as well, because this is very important, like how the audience and new people will perceive you. So like when they open the Instagram or TikTok, like what is it that they see? Like it needs to be all professionally lied down on socials as well. Like social media is not a personal thing for an artist. It needs to be an artist profile, an artist CV, let's call it. So this is very important to be, again, like professional, consistent, and have a very good work ethic.
Are you harnessing AI at all with either your artist management endeavors or with Fearless Connection, your newest business?
So firstly, I want to say that like I would never use AI for anything creative. So like because obviously like AI is a tool, not an artist. So like nothing to do with music, never. It's all about I just use ChatGPT, honestly. That's the only thing I know. And I will use like I don't really like that because it's not human. But social like any strategic plans, any research or any administrative help, it's helpful because it can just give you a plan of like or like to-do lists that you need to do, which is like, it's just a tool that helps out and that's it. But it will never be like something creative for me or something that I will use on a daily basis. Just it's my helper with the administrative stuff and or strategic or systematic.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all.
Productivity more so, yeah.
Yeah.
With Fearless Connection, it's coming up to 8 months now since you co-founded your business with your business partner. What are the biggest challenges you've faced in these past 8 months?
I think the main challenge that we are facing at this stage is credibility because a lot of people seem to like the sound of big names, that we are working with big names, but our intention is to work with smaller artists. So we're trying to understand how we can make it work with our situation and our values that we tend to have, because we are all about sustainable growth and all about mental health and um trying to understand and not be upset about the small growth or about people not perceiving us as professionals because we don't work with bigger numbers or bigger artists, so to say. So I feel like another challenge would be to establishing ourselves strongly on socials. So like we plan to have like TikTok where we share any management tips, any self-development growing tips for artists, so we can be perceived as helpers and maybe like gain more visibility and credibility in the long term in this business.
In the same vein, I know when we previously spoke, just before we jumped on here, there's a distinction between artist management and fearless connection in your business setup. So over the past 12 months, in terms of just purely managing artists, what have been those industry struggles compared to fearless connection?
I would say patience. I tend to struggle with patience a lot because, well, like when you do that for a longer period of time, you think like, oh, yeah, it doesn't work, something is not going right. But I tend to deal with that quite nicely because I do have like my achievements notes for my artist in my personal notes on my phone. And sometimes when the impatience comes in, I just read my achievements and I'm like, okay, actually, maybe it's not that bad. And then obviously, like artists, they want to grow constantly, they want to be out, they want to have a lot, be busy basically, be busy with live performances, be busy with radio, press, they want their recognition. So sometimes it's quite stressful because I feel that it needs to happen now, like just now, like today or never. And it tend to be a very stressful on my mental as well, because like, okay, I need to do now. So like you're gonna stay like for hours on hours and do the outreach, do the research. But in the real world and in the bigger capacity and the bigger like view of this, like there is no rush, everything will happen. Like I tend to follow Kaizen, so like 1% better every day. So like even one email is good because you will never know if this will be the email that changes your life. So like it's always about these like small steps and small changes and tweaks in the mindset that help you out as a manager and as an artist as well with dealing with patience. Yeah.
Within the artistry management industry, if I was to ask you a hypothetical, if you could solve any problem, like an impossible problem, time, money, resources, I click my fingers and it's solved no matter what. What problem would you solve?
So I have like a dream of mine. I would love to have few creative hubs in the like in few in Europe, in the major cities in Europe, in my country, in Lithuania as well, where is I would create a place where emerging up and coming artists could go there, seek mentorship, collaborate. We would have a studios. We would have different mentorship programs. We would have different master classes so that it would empower and make the emerging artists feel safer and more like it will create a community around that. Because I feel that nowadays, like you just run for yourself. You just run for yourself. I feel like this would create this worldwide community of emerging artists that support each other and uplift each other. And again, as I said, like a collaboration over competitiveness. So kind of just like connecting all the dots, connecting all the artists, helping them out, having these. It's kind of like a school. Like I call it a creative hub, but it's kind of like I would love to have a school where artists can learn their craft, but also all the business matters as well. It would be amazing.
Yeah, that's a very yeah, it's very holistic. So I see where you started your business that end. A lot of people do when I ask that question, it's always like a money answer. But that's a very holistic and thought provoking money at the end of it, but the premise of it is community driven. And
Yes, yes. Like, I mean, everyone wants money, but it's not the end goal because I feel like if you do what you love, the money will come, but it's all about the fulfillment and it's all about your own dreams and goals as well. So like again, like community building would obviously make more satisfaction than just like monetary things, which is very like money comes, money goes.
And then I've got a bit of a pivot question, which is sort of on the same sort of um, parallel lines, I guess, but more to do with my industry I work in, so like online harassment, online stalking. Do you think the industry does a good job at helping talent and artists deal with the online harassment, online stalking aspect of what comes with obviously the business?
So obviously we all know what happened to Lola Young recently. I think it's a couple of months ago or a month ago when she had to take a break. I feel that it taught me that absolutely we do not talk enough about mental health and harassment and everything. So I feel that the big bosses can do way more in protecting and, I don't know, having different protocols or changing the contract, or again, like providing like mental health, like, I don't know what, like maybe therapies or stuff for the artist, because it can get a lot. I feel like artists are very vulnerable people. I mean, because they do music as an escape and as a kind of like, they like the music, it helps them out. But we need to understand that, well, like, an artist is just not a doll and it's a human being. So even this hustle culture, I don't absolutely believe in that, because hustle and working 20 hours a day will not help you out long term. And it tend to get very busy for artists. Sleepless nights, lots of interviews, lots of radio performances. So like it can get quite overwhelming. So it's important to have at least some kind of balance on the busy days. And I think again, we should talk about that way more. But it starts from us. So like it starts from one individual to another. So the more we talk about it, the more spread out it will be. So it all comes from us. So like we should all talk about that, not only online but in real life as well.
We've gone through a few things here where we're looking at positives, injury, negatives of the industry, where you see it, where you don't see it going. So for the next 12 months, what is your personal actionable step forward for the year? Like what are you actually going to do over the next year?
A lot. um So I'm trying to, again, we're working a lot with different people on securing more performances, live performances, different radio appearances as well. Trying to build a team for my artists. What else? Just keep keep doing what I do, which is research, outreach, meeting new people, trying to make things happen, trying to release a lot of music as well. And on the Fearless Connection side, I would say that we are working on a subscription based model where we do like these like few tens of modules about mental health, about strategy building, about social media, about all the managerial things for artists, so they will be able to have this ongoing subscription and have all the resources available to them. So I hope it will go well. And we are also working on a radio show for Fearless Connections, which is called Fearless Frequencies. And we have different guests from creative industries, mainly music, and we all talk about mental health. So I think we will start spreading these good, positive, and uplifting news next year on Fearless.
Then the final question is the trickiest, the hardest.
Oh my God.
Well, everyone listening today and they want to touch base with you, where can they get hold of you? Where's the best place for them to contact you?
This is the easiest question.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So regarding Fearless Connections, it's on Instagram. We are on Instagram, and it's at We Are Fearless Connections. As simple as that. I'm active on Instagram myself as well, so it's at,
Yeah, I'll put it.
and yeah, yeah. That's the best place to find me.
Perfect. Beata, I thank you so much for coming on the podcast. As I spoke about before, it's still new for me and you're still new to podcasting, but I think you've done incredibly well. It's very charismatic. And I think you've portrayed your message quite well of what you're trying to accomplish in the music industry, like where the community driven, holistic, taking care of people in a sense where their mental health is also put forward. I really appreciate you coming on and really, really loved hearing your story. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, Aaron. I really appreciate that as well. Thank you.
Thank you.